Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be reviewing the Mirai Guardian by Miss, the hero ship as I like to call it. Now I have been flying this ship for over 2 weeks now, and before that I was flying the QI version for 2 weeks. So I've been flying this little baby for over a month now. I will be telling you it's not that much of a crazy difference between both of them, nothing at all. So we're just gonna jump right into this review. Now starting out with the ship, if you guys are not sure if you want to get the base version or the QI version, the only difference between the base and the QI is the missile loadout and the racks, but you could always exchange them and they basically have the exact same components. It's nothing crazy, nothing different. I think the QI has a little bit stronger stock power plant, but nothing that is gonna like break the bank type of situation. Now if you are in the middle like me, because there's not much of a difference between the QI and the base Guardian, what I suggest you do is buy the base version and then buy an upgrade for an extra $10, and you will actually have the best of both worlds. Until you don't apply that actual upgrade, you would just have the base Guardian, and if the Guardian goes off store, you could always apply that once you make up your mind if you want to keep the QI or if you want to stay with the base version, and now you will have the QI. Now the huge difference between these two literally only has to do with the pitch yaw roll, and then the fact that the actual QI has a bigger, or I should say a little bit heavier, but it's not that much of a difference. In the Guardian QI, the pitch yaw roll is 35 35 120, while in the base Guardian the pitch yaw roll is 38 38 130. So as you know, is not crazy difference at all. Now one of the cool things that they did on 4.0.1 is that they buffed the whole HP of this ship from 66,000 to 69,000. Heyo, and they made these beautiful engines in the back a lot stronger, and they could take quite the beating now compared to before with a couple of shots and you were just spinning out of control. That is a really beautiful thing they were able to do to the ship. On top of that, I see a lot more buffs incoming for this beautiful ship. It is a hero ship in my opinion, and I think that it doesn't live up to quite up to that standard the CIG kind of put out for us. They made the ship sound like it was going to be the best thing in the world. And I'm not gonna say it's bad, but I'm not gonna say it's up there with the FAC, right? Now, one of the craziest things that I would suggest you guys do is that as soon as you get this ship, whether you get the actual QI or base, I would say upgrade its guns. The cannons are not hitting. That's what I'm gonna tell you. The cannons don't hit the way that they should. What I would suggest you guys to upgrade these actual two size galleries, the 557 galleries. Those are going to be the best bang for your buck. You're going to be able to put up fights against light fighters, medium fighters, and a lot of other ships. Another thing that I would tell you to do is upgrade your missile loadout to Rattler size 2. Cool thing about Rattlers is that they could hit up as close as 500 kilometers and as further away as, if I'm not mistaken, 3,000 kilometers. So this is a really cool ship to have, due to the fact that if you are upgrading the Rattlers, people are always going to want to fight you really close up and when you're actually using the ship. So if you have the Rattlers, you're going to be able to just missile away, and until they basically patch the missiles not showing up, this seems to be a meta of missiles. Now speaking of missiles, this is one of the things that this actual ship suffer from. It's not unique to the ship, other ships suffer from it, but this ship basically one good missile and this thing is going to be soft death, and then you're screwed and basically out of luck, for lack of a better word. Now we're gonna jump right into the ship and look at the commodities and all the stuff that it comes with. Started out in the front, if you go over here to this side, you're gonna be able to get a couple of actual gun racks as well as a couple of pistol racks. I suggest you use this. This is going to be great for things like bunker busting and stuff like that. And if you come over here, you're actually going to get a space of 450k almost half an SCU. This is great for when you're doing bunkers, and I'm telling you, this ship in my opinion is a really good ship for bunker busting, just because you're able to literally just tractor beam your bodies of the people that you decided to murder in the bunkers, and you can literally just load them in here. It's really easy, so you don't have to or feel the need that you need to carry an SCU at all times. Now coming to the front, if you come over here in the corner, you could actually enter the pilot seat through the front, which is a really great addition. Not a lot of ships have 2 entrances, so the fact that this ship alone has 2 entrances, it's really great. We're gonna be able to come in through the front, and we also have a back entrance. Coming over here, you're gonna see the quantum dampener. I don't know why it's here. This is not the QI version, but this is where you will find the quantum dampener in the QI version. Now you don't see a lot of things, but when you come over here, if you hit this, you're going to be able to exit in the front or exit the back. Somebody did say that if you hold R, you exit through the front. If you hold Y, you exit through the back. That has not been my experience. I've held R many times and nothing ever happens, and I don't exit through the front. So I don't know if it was maybe because my keybinds are different or what it is. So coming in here out of the cockpit, we're going to come into our first room and our first sliding door. Now we're here in our actual beautiful, I guess, living space. You're gonna have your shower toilet, you're gonna have your fire extinguisher down this way, and you're gonna have your little tubes, your microwave here. This is not really necessary until engineering and base building comes in. What I mean by that is that when you have base building, you're gonna be able to craft your own food according to what they were saying. So this little tube is gonna drop probably astronaut food, probably things like Lux or stuff like that. So we're gonna be able to like fill up like tubes, and you're gonna be well fed, right? Coming over here, we're gonna see our bed. Our bed doubles as an escape pod and a bed, and also a logging out bed, until they add the basically mechanic that you can log out everywhere and then come back in the same place. We're pretty much stuck with bed logouts, right? You could actually switch the lights here to alarm or auxiliary, so then you have this cool blue and it makes it look a little bit nicer. It's really up to you if this is what you choose to do. I like the lights the way they are with the whole like red kind of spectrum. I like them, some people don't. If we come down here underneath the bed, we're gonna find the rest of the storage. This is gonna be 650k. Now this is good because this and put together with the front storage, you're gonna get about 1 SCU of cargo in this actual beautiful ship. Now if we come back here, I'm sure all of you have seen it. These are where all the components are hanging out, and this is where our engineer terminal is. I really like the fact that the engineer terminal is so close to the cockpit. So you literally get out of your cockpit, you grab your fire extinguisher, and you start turning off fires whenever engineer is into play, and you'll be able to fix things, right? Coming back here, we're gonna come into across another gun rack that you could fit up to 2. This probably fits a sniper in here, and then your beautiful actual suit locker. Now whenever this gameplay gets added, this is gonna be great. I'm not sure how they're gonna integrate suit lockers. I've seen a couple of videos on it, but the fact that I could put maybe even something as like my actual suit that I'm currently wearing right now, right now, my actual pledge armor, that'll be cool. I could just slap this on and just basically put it back on. All right, when it comes to the Guardian, whether you pick the base or the QI, you cannot go wrong. What I would tell you guys is to do basically what I said in the beginning. Just buy the regular base Guardian and then buy the upgrade to the QI. That way, if you feel like the Guardian basic it's not really your thing and you find yourself probably using the quantum dampener more, you're more than welcome to. I decided to literally honestly go with the base Guardian for now because of that sweet paint job. There are some gorgeous paint jobs for the Guardian. I do feel like they might give us a skull and bones skin for this, just because most ships that have a quantum dampener do get that skull during Pirate Week. So who knows? I'm not one for CIG, but I do see it getting that. I do find the pros and the cons of the Guardian to be a couple of crazy things. So the pros, I would say this ship makes you feel like you are riding the, I don't know, you're one of the Mandalorians. It makes you feel like you're riding the Millennium Falcon. It's a unique ship and I really like it. I specifically like it just in the front because it looks like one of those ships that actually Darth Vader was riding. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you won't understand. But I do love this ship and how gorgeous it really is. Another pro that I would say for this ship would be honestly the fact that it's getting constantly buffed, and I do see it having more buffs in the upcoming future, especially when it comes to the pitch y'all rolled for this thing. They did already buff a couple of the HP holes. I really like that. I would say the cons for this are not many. For example, the missile, once the missile thing gets fixed, then this thing is not going to be down so easily by missiles. Another con that I would say is the fact that it doesn't have any cargo space. I do feel like CIG missed out on having at least one SCU of cargo, or like another content creator said, having a docking port for the Mirai Pulse in the back. That would have been a sweet thing for them to do. But remember, the game is not fully released. Ships are more than likely going to get rearranged and redone. Don't expect it anytime soon. Other than that, if you slap a couple of like literally gauntlet repeaters in this thing, you're gonna be seeing crazy improvement to the PvP and the PvE on this ship. I find the cannons are a little nerfed right now, so the stock components that it comes with is not the best, but what I will say is slapped on a couple of things. So stock right off the bat, that would be the, I would say it's a downside. Military components and the high signature that it has, it makes you a big target, especially if you have a QI. People are going to want to take you out right away just because you have that quantum dampener and you're not going to let them escape. And coming into pyro, that's a huge thing. And on that note, I'm gonna leave you guys off. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I love the Guardian. For those of you that are Guardian owners, what do you think about this Guardian? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you prefer the base Guardian, or do you prefer to go to the QI version? Are you gonna be doing what I did, buying the base version and just kind of upgrading and waiting to see what happens when it comes to buffing or nerfing the Guardians?